Good day and greetings from Finland, Oulu. My name is Jussi Leponiemi, working for Business Oulu as a key account director of ICT, standing for Information and Communication Technology here at the Business Oulu. Good day. This video podcast, it's an update on technological focus areas here in Oulu, and today I have a couple of insights on Edge AI, Edge Artificial Intelligence, and then there's the four letters FOMO, and let's see what that stands for actually. This is actually part of the Deep Tech Leads Oulu podcast that we are producing with our companies, but every once in a while we want to highlight certain key technologies that are very central here in Oulu, and this is one of those basically. Shouldn't take too long, and it should be of interest. Very, very deep tech stuff in many ways. And let's go forward, and I will just very, very quickly remind you what is it all about we are doing here and what are our aims and activities, maybe services, very, very briefly. So there is this ICT Oulu branch. The mother organization is Business Oulu here, Business Development Unit of the City of Oulu. And then that organization is covering basically all the sectors happening here in the Oulu area. And we have very prestigious high technology, deep technology sector here with variety of technological focuses. And for that, we are so proud that we are actually put together this special sub-branch called ICT Oulu. There is a website, ictoulu.fi, and that is something that we are very proud of. It's very up-to-date, very accurate, and very good outlook of our sector. It's a catalog of companies. It's a compilation of news. There are various stakeholders, resources presented, also something about Oulu from the ICT sector perspective. We are very active in producing news, and we want to share the world, the advances of our companies in this field. We also have a LinkedIn profile, ICT Oulu, so if you're interested and want to be updated and find out more of what is happening here in this sector, then just click to follow us, and we'll definitely share, not on a daily basis, but definitely on a weekly basis. Many times a week we share new insights on what is happening in Oulu, on the research side, what is happening in Oulu, on the development side, what our companies are doing, and so forth. There are also, by the way, in this ICT Oulu website, we have lots of open positions. We do basically what it takes to enable and facilitate our companies to succeed business-wise. And we have been actually rather successful in creating and delivering actual business leads to our network companies. And bearing in mind that we are basically a public sector actor and stakeholder, that's not a given, but we are very, I guess, serious in what we do, and we definitely have been able to contribute to some extent on that side as well. There are lots of invest-in activities. We think that there are lots of good arguments to back Oulu as a location for foreign investments, and we have gained many research and development sites here of bigger foreign companies and so forth. And we have got the talent, but we also need more talent here. So basically we need you guys to be employed by Oulu-based companies, to be frank. So we need people from all over the world to integrate themselves in here and bring their knowledge to the best usage of our local businesses for them to be able to grow more. We also need ambitious initiatives, and that's a very natural thing when we have lots of high-tech activities here. And as it happens, we have been actually one organization here locally to initiate and enable, facilitate those initiatives. More information is available definitely at the website as well. Our core team is a very compact one, so there is me, Jussi, and then there is Reeta Räisänen, there is Max Raymond, and also Ariane Kerkhoven. And in Business Oulu, obviously, there are more people, and case by case, we get to use also the resources of communications team and international team and so forth. So we can do lots of things. It's a compact thing that we have here, but we are very dedicated, and we are very inspired also on what we do. So it's a good place to work. It's an active team who is working here. Let's go forward. We are there, as you can see. So there is Finland and Helsinki, the capital in Finland, capital of Finland, and then there's Oulu, the tech capital of Finland. And actually, I mean, I put Arctic Circle, the Arctic Circle over there, so we are actually very close to Arctic Circle. And the message we are trying to say here that we are at the edge of the world. It's very corner of the world, you know, and really we are up here north and maybe east, depending on which direction you are looking at. And it's a small place, global-wise, obviously. We have got some 250,000 inhabitants here in the city of Oulu, and that's basically, you know, still a very good amount of people in the Nordic countries. We only have these small or medium-sized cities, but the activities here are very, very, you know, intense. We are developing, we are researching, and we are assembling and putting together new devices that are very, very evolved in many ways. So it's really the Nordic tech hub in many ways. There are many arguments to back that up. First of all, we have the companies. Can you imagine that there is actually 1,000 tech companies and more underway? We have a good stack of professionals, so about 25,000 highly skilled professionals employed directly by these 1,000 tech companies. So that's a big dynamic stack of professionals. And then we have a good talent ecosystem. There is University of Oulu, University of Applied Sciences in Oulu, and some other institutions also providing degrees, focusing on high technology area. And this is actually, you know, more than in capital area, for example. So we are very tech-oriented location in many ways. The research and development is done in Oulu. Oulu is famous on wireless technology. I mean, it's amazing how this distant and rather small location actually has provided and is developing the foundations of next generation's wireless mobile network. So when 6G is deployed, a lot of its foundations, protocols, technology, those technological layers are being developed in Oulu. And it will be deployed, obviously, on a global level. So it's very exciting. But today we are not talking about the connectivity per se, but rather we are talking about the Edge AI, the next Internet of Things. So the Edge AI, basically, couple of words on the topic itself. It refers to computing made close to the end user device, maybe even in the device when it's possible. And this is very opposite to the megatrend of utilizing those waste resources of data centers, clouds, basically. And that megatrend is sweeping over the world as we speak. There are many, you know, positive implications that you can see on both of these developments. But I think it's of importance. It's important and interesting also to acknowledge that there are more and more use cases where this edge computing can actually seriously benefit the solutions. And the technology has actually developed a lot. Completely new horizons are rising, built on this technology, I would say. So let's start with the title FOMO. And we all know that usually this, you know, in a general speech, this refers to fear of missing out, which it does actually in here, I guess, in many ways. But when we take that context of Edge AI, then the meaning actually is fast objects, more objects. And I will tell you more about that. The drivers of this new technology and deployment of that technology are actually very topical right now. So as you can see, there are green transition, energy consumption and saving energy and privacy as well. So saving energy is definitely one thing. Transmitting data consumes energy. It takes energy, and when you scale that ever increasing and intensifying trend of adding connected sensors into basically everything, everything will be online very soon to a global level, then we very quickly realize that it's impossible. Basically, we have to think also other ways to perform the computing. Other factor would definitely be the privacy and developing regulation basis on that side. So as individuals, we don't want our data to be transferred to another side of the globe into some shady organizations, data center. And also from organization and business point of view, this is actually very profound condition. I mean, they want to protect certain intellectual properties and to secure those processes. Technology nowadays, it definitely enables a lot. During the last 2 years, actually now, from 21 to 23, now we are at the end of November. Actually, it's Black Friday today. So the technology has developed significantly, and we have seen that kind of developments during this year even that were pretty much inconceivable only like 5 years ago. So can you imagine that now we can run rather evolved and complex AI-enabled processes and applications on microcontrollers with only like 200 kilobytes of RAM memory. I'm talking about battery-powered, basically, devices that have very limited and strictly controlled connectivity. It's simply amazing. Something about the use cases. So the use cases are built on activities like sensing environment, I would say, surveillance, object identification and tracking that object. And these are not like simple and one object only moving in a stable context kind of settings, but rather very complex surroundings with hundreds of simultaneous moving objects type of capabilities. So the performance is very, very good. You can imagine this Rotuari area, that's a popular street in the center of Oulu actually, during the busiest rush hour. People are rushing into various directions, and there are hundreds and thousands of people wandering around and doing the shopping, doing the groceries, and going to places basically. So it's practically impossible for a person, obviously, to keep their gaze and track a few individuals even, as they move around, even, for let's say 10 seconds. I mean, it's impossible. With computer vision, this has been possible for a while, for years even. An almost unlimited number of objects actually can be identified and tracked from high quality video streams. So that's one thing that has been available for a while already, even in challenging conditions. But traditionally and conventionally, this has required a significant processing power, often only available through cloud services. But you can ask that, could this same performance, could it be achieved with a small battery-powered device with limited or no network capabilities? And this is the FOMO. So basically, you get to decide the meaning. Let's look at the real-world examples actually, like Oura Ring, the sleep tracking ring that is actually developed here in Oulu. Yes, it's an Oulu-based company actually. The headquarters are nowadays in the US, but the research and development are done here in Oulu. Basically, what is interesting is that this very small, tiny device, weighing like 4 grams, I think, with the basically battery standing for, I guess, 4 to 5 days even. Some of the data processing, there are sensors, capturing all kinds of bodily functions to be able to, say something about your sleep quality. So some of the data is being processed in the cloud. Some of that data is being processed in the mobile phone application with which the Ring has got the Bluetooth connectivity. But some of the data is also being processed in the Ring. And that is very, very interesting. From my point of view, maybe the most interesting part of the product technologically. So the Ring itself can perform and is performing some of the data processing. And basically that's the perfect showcase to potential of Edge AI in maintaining data privacy and security. In Oulu, there are more companies focusing on this area. Companies such as Alif Semiconductor, for example. Alif Semiconductor is developing and producing these dedicated microcontrollers and semiconductors for this specific usage exactly. Then there are iProtoxy, developing evolved IoT solutions. Candur, another company developing embedded edge processing into tiny devices to enable the identification in a very secure manner. There is Creoir company to handle the user interface side on the edge only, without any connectivity. There is the Identoi company to preserve logistics information and do the processing, again, without any connectivity, so on the edge. And then these were just few examples, basically. We have those companies. Lots of investment possibilities, lots of career possibilities. So this all is done in Oulu. And we recently actually organized and were part in organizing this event where we explored the latest developments in edge computing and the AI applications that can be run on edge devices here in Oulu. And it was truly remarkable, and we will be organizing those events in the future as well. But basically, we want to showcase the company's strong contributions to research and development in this field. And of course, I mean, at the universities here, this is very topical theme for both of our key universities. So there are lots of employment possibilities in this sector in Oulu. And in conclusion, Edge AI is not just a technological advancement from my perspective. It's a transformative force with very far-reaching implications, I would say. So if you're feeling the FOMO, don't hesitate to reach out. I think we should discuss how Edge AI can fit into your world. Just gonna quickly say that Oulu welcomes you. There are lots of good reasons to explore more of our beautiful city, and we can integrate capabilities of different domains. So Edge AI is one, but there are many others as well. We can do things. We can make devices. We can do the assembly. There is even microelectronics manufacturing here in Oulu. There are wide assets of technologies, and we got the talent, but we also need more. Okay, if you want to know more, there is the website address. Just to remind you, ictoulu.fi, and here is also my email address. I'm very happy to be of assistance in all the possible ways. Let's be in touch. Thank you.